All right, people, what the hell is going on? I am piddling, just so y'all can see. I am piddling. Just now starting. It's 5:30 in the morning as of now. And I'm piddling. And I got some tea right here. With a little, oh man. They got a little apple cider vinegar in here. And some ginger, cinnamon, some turmeric, some cayenne pepper, and lemon juice and honey. One of my little, don't actually have a tea bag in it, but it is what it is. It's just something to keep me, keep something going through my system, to at least make me feel like I'm doing something useful. But anyway, I guess I'll make this like a little update video, how things is going. As you can see, I'm sitting here pedaling. My knees is kind of weak right now. Well, they've been weak. But now that I'm able to actually walk now, I can really feel how susceptible, whatever that fucking word is. I can really feel that moving around. Like right now, I'm walking around the house without the use of the cane. So, when did I get out the hospital? I have no idea. It's been a few weeks, but a few days went by where I was in the wheelchair, like legit in the wheelchair, and I was like, shit. So I got off of that, got out the wheelchair, moved on to the walker. Did that for a little bit, got off of the walker and moved on to just the cane. Now, at least around the house, I'm not using the cane. When I have to go to dialysis or something, you know, if I have to leave the house, I have to bring the cane with me, just for the fact that every once in a while I will lose balance, or I have one of my legs a buckle while I'm walking, and you don't want to have that happen while you just out, you know, out and about. So I do have the cane when I have to go outside the house, but inside the house, the cane is in the front room next to the front door, because that's the only time I fucking use it, is when I get ready to leave the house to go somewhere. So I've been making progress on that. I was able to folded up the walker, put that to the side. I folded up the wheelchair, put that to the side. I took my office chair back out the back room back here behind me, and I took the office chair and put it back in the front room. So the wheelchair is not the chair that's sitting in the front room now, it's the office chair. I only I had to use the wheelchair to bring in some stuff. My friend had brought some food and stuff by here, and the box was too heavy for her to pack out the car, and quite frankly, it was too heavy for me to pick up and walk with. So we had to take the wheelchair out there and put that to work that way. So it came in handy with that. But as far as just getting around, just moving around in my little space I got where I do my video gaming and my computer and all that stuff, having a wheelchair right there is just, if you can't use your legs and walk and all kind of shit like that, then okay. But as far as just having to do this shit, operate the wheels and shit back and forth, trying to turn from side to side, no man, fuck that. So I'm happy to be done with that. So let me turn this up a little bit. That's the frustrating part about doing this right here on this bike. Nothing wrong with the bike. It's the fact these pedals, you know, the pedals have those little things. Shit. The pedals have those little loops on them that your feet go inside. Well, big-footed motherfuckers, if you got shoes on, that shit ain't for to happen. So I managed to get the front part of my shoe inside these little loops. I thought that was gonna be it, but nope. I gotta go barefoot. I gotta take the shoes off because that's the only way my foot gonna fit on these loops. And they spin, so you be still. Yeah, I can't loosen those loops up anymore, and they already loose. So there we go. Gotta go barefoot. I thought I was gonna be going good for a while, but nope. What the fuck was I talking about? Now I gotta get this shit back going again. Had to do something with what the fuck I was doing. And get these goddamn legs moving. Oh, well, anyway, let me start up somewhere else then. I managed to take the stuff out the back room, the office chair, and I got my, what is that? I got my dumbbell, my curl bar. I got my curl bar out the back room. So I got that out the back room. I was able to shuffle. It's only maybe 25, it's the whole thing together with the curl bar, you know, the easy curl bar. It's got 2 10s and a 5 on it. So that's 50 plus the bar, 60 some pounds, maybe something like that, 65, 70. I brought that out and I was able to pick it up. And just kind of, both hands kind of just shuffle my way out and bring it to my bedroom. And then I moved it out to the front room where I was, used that to do a couple of stiff leg deadlifts. That's like when you just bend over, you know, you have to weight, you pick it up, straighten up, bend it back down, straighten up, use your hamstrings and your glutes and your back to do that. And that's about all I can, the weight that's on there is about all the weight I can use for that exercise in particular, because like I said, I'm just now trying to get myself together and having balance issues. Trying to do that shit. So actually doing that exercise with the weight that's on there, the way that I have to do that exercise is not, I'm not over exerting myself. I'm not straining, but it's enough weight on there to where I have to really concentrate to keep my balance. You know what I'm saying? So, because I did one to where I picked the weight up and I overextended my back like this. You know, you bend over this way, you wreck yourself with the weight in your hand. But I did the little finish where I leaned back a little bit too far. And yeah, my back and my balance didn't like that, and I ended up having to just drop the weight. I just had to go up, boop, and just drop it. Luckily, there ain't no cats in the house right now. Because one of them little bastards probably would have been right under that weight when I had to do that. So, yeah. I'll be able to work. That's the thing about when you're working out and stuff like that. You have to take all that stuff into consideration. Especially when it comes to balance and shit like that. Just other little stabilizing muscles that you have to work out. and take into consideration when you're doing stuff, and all that balance shit uh, covers that. So yeah, I got to work on that. Next thing I got to do, other than that, because all this shit gonna have to be done in tandem. Probably sometime tomorrow, I will bring my dip bar back in the house, and just so I can I can do like some leg raises, and I can do like some simple, just some suspension exercises, just like when you just hop on there with your arms stiff, just to hold up your weight with your arms off the, with your feet off the ground and shit like that. Just simple stuff like that. Cause like I said, I won't be doing no dips no time soon, cause I have no muscle, nothing on my upper body. I gotta find me a space to be able to do some kind of push-ups, something like that. So I can kind of do that, turn that into a daily routine. Yeah, turn that into a daily routine, because I have to get a regular exercise regimen in order to be able to fight the whole blood pressure part of this shit I'm going through right now, because I think for the most part everything else is okay. I just got a message. I ain't just getting it. I don't know when I got that shit from Harris Health. And they sent me some shit back about my test results and shit like that. Of course, the kidney stuff was bad, but that's how I ended up in the hospital to start with. That's when I went to Harris Health, and they the ones sent me to the hospital. But, they sent me the results of the test, and the liver stuff was good. And they said that my diabetes was in remission. I'm like, okay. Know if I needed to hear that, though. Sometimes you don't need to hear some shit is going good, especially when it comes to stuff like that. You don't need to hear this shit is going good, because then you start taking leeway and shit like that. So, yeah, I got that. I said, well, that's good, because that's something that I decided to just kind of take under my own control or whatever the fuck. Then now it's the blood pressure. I got to find a way to do that. And I think the only way to really get into the blood pressure part of the whole deal, other than the medication, which I think has worked to the extent that the medication was going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't the kind of person that can sit there and tell a medical professional whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, even in my younger days in school, you play football or whatnot, you got to go get your physicals and stuff and all of that shit. Everybody who plays sports, they had to do that. Get your physicals, and your blood pressure, well, it's kind of high, but yeah. That's ever since I was a little kid. At least in my early teens up until now. So now it's like, okay, it's a little high. Well, okay, it's a little high. All that time, I'm not one of those people. I don't know. I ain't know how to read no goddamn blood pressure. I don't know what high it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't know what, say it's kind of high, but I don't know, because I don't know the numbers. And that was back in the day when they had the little shit, it ain't like now. I got a blood pressure thing I just got. You just put that thing on your arm, you hit the button, it do its thing, and then the reading come out. It ain't had the little tire gauge. You had to read the little shit going around on the little dial. So I'm just like, the only way I think I can deal with that other than just diet and shit like that, is actual exercise. And I think a lot of that stuff started when my vision went bad. When the vision went bad, exercise stopped. Because what I would do, I would carry my ass to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I would carry my ass to the gym. And for the most part, if I wanted to get some exercise, I play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting on the treadmill. I go play basketball because that's just preferred. Well, once the bullshit happened with my eyes all those years ago, I can't risk getting poked in the eye or hit in the head or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and if you play basketball, you play pickup games and shit like that, you got motherfuckers out there, man, they be hacking and poking and doing all kind of shit, and I don't want nobody sticking their hand in my face. And the condition I'm in, I'm gonna be pissed off. You stick your hand in my face, I'm gonna be like, whap. Like this shit that just came out not too long ago. I don't even watch NBA, but I seen the Draymond Green shit. That's what'll happen if you fuck around and stick your hand in my face. Nowadays, you stick your hand in my face nowadays, you liable to get one of those. I do not take kindly to people putting their hands in my face, around my eye and shit like that, because it's bad news. So yeah, that stopped. Then every once in a while I managed to get to the gym. I do hard enough workout where I don't worry about cardio. And then sometimes you hop on there. If I do cardio, I'll hop and walk on the treadmill for about 20 minutes or something like that. Cause that shit is boring. I'm just gonna tell you. Like this shit right here, it's boring. The only way I can do this shit is if I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, I think I'm gonna shoot me a video. Well, when I'm shooting a video, I just go sit on the goddamn treadmill and pedal while I'm doing it. And that little 15, 20 minutes or whatever the fuck it's gonna be, it's gonna pass by, in no time. I just gotta make sure I keep my legs moving while I'm doing, like I'm doing now. So, let me see something. Yeah, my heart rate is up a little bit. So, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I used to get my exercise by walking around here. I could walk around the block. Well, I could walk around this whole little section around here from intersection to intersection, which would be like 45 minutes. But I can tell you right now, that is one uneventful ass walk. It is, man. And I've done it a bunch of goddamn times. It gets to the point where you're like, well, I'll just walk from here to here or here to there. And then you keep cutting down on it to the point to where you don't do it at all, which is where I got it to where, because they had other shit around here with people with dogs and shit like that. And you just like, you want to go and just take you a little walk for 30 minutes or so. And you got to worry about people's animals or just animals in general, just out there, fucking with you, where you gotta walk with a stick, a blade, a firearm. You gotta have all this shit with you just to walk around your own fucking neighborhood, and you're not even worried about the people, this other shit. And I'm just like, just stay in the fucking house. But now, after a certain amount of time, it turned into a bunch of inactivity where I'm just at the house all the time, no exercise, because you're not going to the gym, because that cuts into your finances, because I don't drive. So now I have to, you got to pay to go to the gym. Uh, and that's like what? You catch an Uber to go to the gym. That's generally around $20. You know what I'm saying? And it's generally, that's $40. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, goodness. Damn T. That's $40 right there. Just to go to the gym, do whatever workout you're gonna get, and come back home. It's $40. And that's just for one trip. You know what I'm saying? That's just for one trip. You can do that per week, and it's not worth it. If you only making that one trip to the gym per week, you're not doing enough exercise at that point to make up for not going back to the gym. If you're not working out, you know what I'm saying? It's to the point where if you're doing that and you working out at home when you're not at the gym, then you might as well just do all your workout at home and save that little money for something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm now. I want to go to the gym. I'm going to keep my gym membership. At least one of them. I keep the fitness connection. I got 24-hour and fitness connection. And I will, but what I got to do now, since I am starting from scratch for the most part. I'm starting from scratch for the most part. I got to get the shit done here at the house. You know, body weight exercise and stuff like that. I got to get these legs where I can walk like normal, to where I'm actually walking like normal, not just shuffling around the goddamn house. You know, still needing to lean on shit to get from point A to point B before I can think about making it to the gym. Now, if I can make it to the gym, if for whatever reason I'm able to get my ass to a gym, or I just end up at a gym or some shit like that, whatever the case may be, and I'm able to get me a workout in, okay. It's gonna be a workout done, and when you in a situation like this, it's not hard to decide what the fuck you need to be working on. It's leg day, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the first thing you hit by leg day. And then you hit the little Smith machine, the little bench press, shoulder press. You do your compound movements, man. You know what I'm saying? You hop on the leg press, work out your fucking legs and your shit. You, like I said, it'll be like the normal workout I usually do. You know, leg press, calf raises, leg curls, shit like that. If they got the right machines for it, hop on over there with the cables and shit at, do some rows and some lat pull downs and shit like that. If they got the right equipment there, like if they have the hamstring machines, you can hop on that, bloop, do the little bench press machine, the little bench press things. Not on the actual bench, because I got this catheter right here. You don't want to fuck with that. But, you know, you hop on one of them machines where you can do your little bench press exercises and do your overhead presses and shit like that. It just be able to cover all that. Little compound movements, all the exercises you want to do. You want to make sure that they engage multiple muscle groups at once. That's kind of bang for your buck right there. You know, so you can do a couple of little exercises and you can kind of get your work in before you get bored. Or at least that's how I have to look at it. You know, get your work in before you get bored. You be up in that motherfucker working out and shit. I get bored before I get tired of working out. I really do. So that's just something you got to keep in mind. But that's if I get to a gym. Other than that, I got to figure out what I can do with what I got here at the house. And I got enough to start. Because like right now, my fitness level is at a fucking negative. So it ain't going to be hard. I'm sitting on this bike now. And hopefully, the way I got this, there's some tension on here. So I'm pedaling. I ain't pedaling fast. I don't have to pedal fast. There's tension on here, so as long as I just keep pedaling, I don't know for how long. My heart rate is up. I do this shit until you get bored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I can fucking say. You do it till you get bored. It's enough work, you know what I'm saying, where you ain't gotta overexert yourself and shit like that. Cause once I'm done with this, I'll try to find a space to do like some incline push-ups or whatever you call it, where I do push-ups against a table or some shit like that. Because I'm not going to do them on the floor. And get that done. At least try to find me a spot to where I can do maybe about 50 of those, depending on the resistance. I get just so I can be like, okay, bro, I got that done. So the next day or whatever, I have a spot in mind. I can come back here, hop on the bike. This is pretty cut and dry what you're going to be doing back here. And then I got the curl bar where I can do my deadlifts, take some weight off of that, be able to do some curls and some presses and stuff. And then I got the weight bar, the dip bar. I got to bring that back inside so I can do some little tension exercises on that and have everything laid out. That's the thing. Have everything ready so when it's time to do some shit, I can just do it. No bullshit. All right. Let me see if I can check the time without having this thing stop right quick. Damn it, I can't check the time. You got the damn pull down screen, but you can't check the fucking time. That is bullshit. Anyway, that's. I mean, you got you know how the time be at the top of your screen. You pull the screen down. I'm gonna do it again. They got the date right. Oh, here it is. 8. Oh, it's 5:50 something. Shit, I don't know how long the video been recording, but I've been I'm guess just pushing up on 30 minutes or something like that. So I done my due for the day. I might do some more later on when I get back home, but I got dialysis today. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I get out of dialysis. I was fine for the most part, you know, all my other little treatments. Was that Wednesday? Last Wednesday? This past Wednesday? Hey, I got up out of there. I was lightheaded. I was like, shit. Try to walk up out that mug. I was like, I walked in here just fine. I am not walking out of here the same way. So, when I got home, I had to sit the fuck down. And then eventually lay the fuck down. It was tough. I guess that's why they always ask me, are you okay? You all right? You doing all right? And I'd be like, yeah, shit, yeah. Been doing this shit 2 weeks, huh? Generally, you just come in, y'all hook me up. I get up, walk fuck up out of here. That was the first time I got up and was like, whoa, what the fuck? So, I know that for next time. When I go in there later on today, if they had me on there for another 4 hours, I'm like, when this 3 hour shit gonna start to fuck back up? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? I might could just tell them, can we do just 3? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sitting up here I really don't. You don't want to be in that chair at all. You know, that's just the truth of the whole matter is you don't want to be there, period. I'm just like, okay, 4 hours. I'm like, yeah. But it's, you know, it's a lot of weight to try to get off. So yeah, it's 4 hours. Okay. You sit there, as long as you fall asleep. If you can manage to fall asleep, which like right now, I've been up since like 12 o'clock. 12 something. You know what I'm saying? I was asleep and I thought I was waking up early in the morning. Well, yeah, it don't get no earlier than 12 o'clock, but I'm thinking it's going to be maybe like 4, 5 or something like that in the morning. Nope. I went to sleep. You know how you go in your room? I don't know what time it was. I went in my room, laid down. I had a video playing that I started playing that I know is at least about 3 hours long. And it was a movie playing. Star Trek First Contact was playing. So I slept through that whole video about 3 hours. And plus more than half of Star Trek First Contact was playing on YouTube. So, and I looked at the time, I'm like, man, still dark outside. Well, shit, it's still dark outside. Man, like 12 some shit. I think it was like 12:40 something. I was like, oh man, come on. I mean, but I didn't pay attention to when the fuck I went to sleep. I didn't pay attention to when the hell I went to sleep. So now it's like, shit. Maybe, goddamn it, I need to. I was like, I have to stay up because at that point I wasn't sleepy enough to just lay down and go the fuck back to sleep. Which is, actually at that point, that's when I got up and started moving shit out getting my weights and my chair and all that shit out of there and putting it. I started actually trying to do some shit around here. Later on today, or maybe I think I'm gonna have to push this shit till tomorrow. I got some bills and shit I gotta pay, so I'll probably do that either tomorrow or Sunday or whatever. It just feels right to do that shit during the daytime. I don't know why. It's certain shit that, especially when all you got to do is call one of them automated numbers. You know what I'm saying? And, put in some numbers, account numbers and shit and pay the shit and be done with it. You ain't got to talk to nobody. You can do that shit. For some reason, it's just like that shit just feel like you need to do it during the day, which I might have to do. I might have to wait till next week because I gotta call the county and shit like that. And I might have some specific questions I need to ask other than just paying. Well, one I know I need to pay, but some of the shit I know I need to ask some questions and shit before I pay it. So that might get pushed back, but that shit ain't due until the end of January. So I want to get it done by the end of this month, but whatever. It's just a matter of staying on top of shit. Ain't no use of waiting. You know what I'm saying? A bad habit of just waiting for shit. So that's that. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, you got the heartbeat ain't just beating like crazy because I ain't pedaling no more. But I think I'm gonna have to do this a couple times a day while I'm fighting this. Since I can't, the easiest thing would be to just get up, walk up and down the goddamn street, walk around the block, get your heart rate up for about 15, 20 minutes and whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. Well, that is not an option right now. So I think I'm gonna have to hop back here on this bike. And for a couple times a day for about 15, 20 minutes at least to get my heart rate up and keep it up. And then and that will be part of my little remedy to fight the blood pressure part of this whole battle that's going on. Because you can fight this shit with diet and all kind of other stuff, but it ain't the same as the diabetic sugar control type of shit. Because you can just stop eating one kind of food and have your sugar be under control, but eat a whole bunch of other shit that's just fucking horrible. It's just how it is. For blood pressure, it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta clean the shit up all the way, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? With blood pressure, you gotta clean this shit all the way up. You gotta get your exercise, which is something that was kind of pissing me off about when I was at the hospital, was that HCA, Houston Healthcare Northwest, whatever the fuck, I got a thing. I got an envelope in there from them. I got to read that. Was talking, when I was in there with them, they, like they say, they got you in the bed, laid up. You can't move. You can't do shit. You got these wires connected to your IVs and the blood pressure cuff and all this other stuff. You got both arms. Just you basically, figuratively chained to the bed. You know what I'm saying? You figuratively chained to the bed, and the bed is holding on to you too because the bed is a scale, and I think the bed has like pressure shit on it, whatever fuck. So anytime you move or some shit like that, somebody down the hall get some kind of goddamn alert or some shit, you can't hardly do shit. And they basically keep you like that. You can't go to the bathroom by yourself or no shit like that. Which is why I'm in this situation where I'm in right now with the walk-ins, because I'm thinking it's something else. I do have neuropathy and shit, but I had that beforehand and I was walking just goddamn fine. You know what I'm saying? I had that beforehand and I was walking just goddamn fine with the neuropathy and shit, my legs and stuff like that. So that ain't new. You know what I'm saying? That's not new. I had neuropathy in my feet a long time ago, and I done walked up and down all around goddamn Las Vegas like it wasn't shit. Now I go sit up in the hospital for a week, and all of a sudden I can't walk around my own goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? Without starting off in a wheelchair, then being on a walker. Now I got to rebuild my goddamn legs. I got a bad feeling about everything I went through at that fucking hospital. I was talking to somebody the other day about that, where I was like, I was feeling, I had the swelling that was quite excessive, you know what I'm saying, going into the hospital. So, something had to be done, you know what I'm saying? But going into that hospital, I felt worse. You know what I'm saying? I felt worse. But you got to get your treatment. You got to go through all that shit, figure out what's wrong with you and all this other stuff. But that don't account for, I felt worse in the hospital than that went away the moment I left. You know what I'm saying? All the bad feeling, all this other, even though I got all this other shit wrong with me, all that shit disappeared the moment I left that hospital. I didn't have problems breathing. I didn't have problems sleeping. I didn't have none of that shit. None of it. You know what I'm saying? When I left the hospital, it was like back to normal almost. You know what I'm saying? I still had to go to the dialysis and all that type of shit, stuff like that. But you know what I'm trying to see? You just, okay, well, I'm still going through. I still have to take these medicines every day. I still have to do the dialysis. I'm doing the same thing I was doing at the hospital, but now I don't have all the side effects from being at the hospital. You explain that shit to me. You worry about my blood pressure and all this other stuff. Well, shit, why would my blood pressure change? I'm just laying here. You know what I'm saying? You want my blood pressure to change? If you want me to increase my mobility, when I tell you, I'm showing y'all that I can't hardly walk and shit like that. They didn't give me no physical therapist. And people ask me about this shit. Well, are you going to get a physical therapist? Why? Why would I do that at this point? You know what I'm saying? Why would I get a physical therapist at this point when I'm doing this shit myself? Why would I just give them some other shit to add to the bill? No, thank you. No, thank you. They gonna have somebody walk next, tell me I can walk, and then walk next to me while I'm taking steps. I can walk next to myself taking steps. That's what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking now. And now I'm sitting here strengthening my legs and shit like this, so I can, and working on my balance myself. So I don't need to have y'all just add more shit to the goddamn bill. No, thank you. I will deal with that myself. I'll be walking just fine in due time. Yeah, so, but they didn't do that shit at the hospital. Somebody mentioned it and said they was gonna, but they never did nothing. You know, they really didn't. You know, somebody mentioned it, but they ain't nobody. They said they was gonna try to get one of the physical therapy people to come up to my room or whatnot, but ain't nobody ever show up. I'm like, well, shit. You know, they roll my ass out the hospital in a wheelchair, and then um, luckily, we had a wheelchair here at the house. You know, it was a cane here at the house because my grandfather was here at one point. I know my dad had a cane or whatever. So it was some stuff that he had. It was stuff here at the house, like the wheelchair and the cane. The walker was the only thing I had to pick up. We got the walker, and they gave me that at the hospital. I told them I needed a walker. They gave me a walker to take with me. I was, okay, fine. I ain't gonna complain about that. So we got the walker. I wasn't on it immediately. I was just on the fucking. I was just on that fucking in that wheelchair, which is horrible, especially when you got to move around and you got to have people push you around and bad news, man. It's just bad news. It's bad news all the way around. I might still be in the same situation I am in, but at least I can get up and walk around. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point next week, probably not today when I go to dialysis. I'm probably gonna have my cane with me, but at some point, well, just to be safe, because we got the holidays coming up. I still got to go to dialysis, but they changing the schedule up and shit like that. But at some point before the end of this year, I will be walking into the dialysis center without a cane or nothing. I'm just gonna be walking in there to do, take care of my little business and then walking right the fuck up out of there. That's gonna be me. It might happen within the next week or the next couple weeks, but it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I might just have the cane with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be walking with it in my hand, carrying it. I won't be using it. It'd be one of them things that if I leave out of that bitch lightheaded or something like that, now that I know that can happen, I might have that cane with me just for that. Just in case, I leave a little bit lightheaded and shit like that because, which is possible because at the time that I'm in dialysis, it's like that's my sleepy time per day. That's my sleepy time. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of design your day, especially if you ain't got shit else going. You design your day to where you will be when you get there and they hook you up to the machine, you bring your little covers, you put your little pillow or whatever the fuck, and you just put your little music or your phone or whatever the fuck you do, set that shit and close your eyes and wake up and it's time to go. That's ideally how the fuck you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You close your eyes, you open them motherfuckers up and it's time for you to go. You want to design this shit the way you going, because every once in a while it ain't like you at the hospital where they in your room every 15 goddamn minutes or some shit like that. Every so often somebody will come by there. One of the doctors or the social worker, which probably won't happen all that often because the social worker is only there a day out of the week, and you might only talk to one of those doctors once a goddamn week. So most times you go in there, and if the techs and people that be once they hook you up, if you over there, they'll come over. They probably look and make sure everything is all right, and check the machines, your blood pressure thing, and all that other stuff. Check your little levels or whatever they be looking at on the little screens that they be looking at. But if you over there asleep, they don't fuck with you. If you sleep, they take care of whatever they need to take care of, and then go on to the next person and shit like that. They don't fuck with you. I don't need nobody coming over there, like doctors, but how you doing today? You really want me to answer that? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here with tubes hanging out my chest, connected to this machine. It's blood. I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's clear tubes, so you can see blood and shit in the tubes connected to this goddamn machine doing whatever the fuck it's doing. You like, how the fuck it look like I'm doing? You know, you don't want to be no ass and no shit like that. But yeah, this is never a good day. I'm sorry. It's just I ain't gonna never look at it as a good day. I gotta come up here and hook myself up to a goddamn machine 3 times a goddamn week. I am not having a good goddamn day. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm not. You know, if you say some shit like that to them, they're not gonna take it the right way. They're not gonna take it the right way. They just not. I'm sorry, but no. It's just, that's the truth of the matter. As long as I'm in here on this machine doing this shit, I am not having a good goddamn day. Now, I guess it depends on your perspective, because if your ass wasn't in there on that goddamn machine, you'd probably be having a whole lot worse goddamn time. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like I said, it could be worse, motherfucker. It could be worse, but it is still fucking bad. So, I be wanting to say every time somebody asks you some stuff like that, I be wanting to say, how you doing? I usually just say, a friend of mine always asks me how I'm doing, same as ever. Because that's the honest answer. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying I'm good. It's not saying I'm bad. It's just that I'm the same as I usually am. Whatever it is however it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty goddamn indifferent to shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I am pretty indifferent to shit nowadays. So I am just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to get too high. Not going to get too low. I'm just going to sit here and chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? As long as, you know, it ain't some shit currently jumping off, then it is what it is. So, that being said, what I'm about to do is go in this front room, finish drinking this tea ain't hot no more. Yeah. It's still spicy though, because it got that goddamn cayenne pepper in there. That'll open shit up. I tell you that. If you hadn't done that before, you make some tea, just a little cayenne, not a lot. And it's real hard to put too much. Just a little bit of cayenne. It takes some practice, goddammit. It's just like with this right, got apple cider vinegar in it. It's like a big gallon jug somebody gave me of apple cider vinegar. You take the cap. You just for this size cup right here. This coffee mug or whatever the fuck I got here. Not even a whole cap, maybe a half, less than half. That's all you need of the apple cider vinegar. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna use apple cider vinegar, you don't need a whole lot of that shit. You just, I say like a tablespoon, depending on what you mixing together or some shit like that. Half a teaspoon or something. Just enough so you could taste the goddamn vinegar, which ain't hard to fucking do. You put drop it. You might be better off using a dropper. Get a little dropper and bloop, 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 so you can accurately do that shit. Because it ain't no use to having a whole bunch of that shit. I put a little bit in there just in case apple cider vinegar do what the fuck, people say it do. And if it don't, I didn't hardly put shit in there, so, it ain't hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? If it does what people say it does, I'll be getting all the benefits just right here doing this shit right here. And if it don't do any of that shit, it don't matter. I got my ginger and my other spices and shit in there that you want to try to get in your system for various reasons, and it's still good for you. Excuse me. But anyway, that's me. I will catch y'all on the flip side.